big news, somewhat. The Ivy League, which you remember became the first Division I conference to cancel its football season a few months ago, has now become, I believe, the first Division I conference to cancel its basketball season. They announced that today, and I know you have some strong thoughts on this.
Why don't we listen to the Ivy League? Being an Ivy League grad, I say this with great confidence, and I say it with some pride, Chris. The Ivy League has been getting it right since this whole thing came down. Look at the mess that's gone on in college football. As of today, 11 games this weekend have been postponed or canceled, breaking the record that was set last week. Chris, all over the place, this has been a nightmare. You can't compare it to the other leagues and the bubble of the NBA or even Major League Baseball, which had a couple of teams early and then went on an unbelievable streak until Justin Turner in the last game of the World Series, or even the NHL. These are college kids around other college kids, and this is why there was a pause by so many people. But no, Nick Saban, Jim Harbaugh, all these other coaches out there protesting. Where are those parents now? Are they going to get their kids' COVID tests? Where are they now? Where are they now? Go out there and protest to do better to keep these kids safe. So now the Big Ten this week, Maryland and Ohio State. That game is canceled. And we mentioned it already, about 11 games. LSU, Alabama, Georgia, Missouri, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Auburn, Mississippi State. I mean, we could go on and on and on and on. Can we just admit that college football made a mistake? They couldn't keep the kids safe. They can't keep the coaches safe. They've come down with it. College basketball, Tom Izzo has it. He's in isolation. Why are we pressing on with this? Why can't we admit it? Kevin Warren, the Big Ten commissioner, was vilified. Kevin Warren was right. The pressure from the coaches, their greed of the conferences to get money. This is about money. We need to stop college football right here, right now. Shut down college basketball. Why are we doing this? The country right now is spiking everywhere. Everywhere you look, go look at the numbers. It's worse, Chris, than the first time it came on these shores. It's worse. Every day they're setting up. Well, you know what I mean, to this country. Every day, the numbers are being spiked. They're spiked. And when you put the kids together, remember, they're young kids. They don't believe. What happens, Chris, when you're 18 to 22? You believe you're invincible. You can bounce back from anything. You're going to go to the parties. You're going to hang around on top of everybody. You're not going to wear a mask. And all these kids, we knew this could happen. This is different from the pros. And even in the NFL, they've had their share. Not ridiculous like college football, but they've had their share. All I'm saying is, hello, is this mic on? If there's anybody with any decency out there, if there's anybody who has any compassion, if there's anybody out there who care about the kids of this country, stop this madness now. Pull the plug on college football. We don't need it.
Let's stop it. Let's stop this madness now. That was nice, Rob Parker. You were passionate. You almost kept from laughing until the end.
Rob Parker.
Will you stop it? I mean, come on. All right. Did you think nobody was going to get it?
Chris,
is that
not
no?
nobody.
You spoke for 10 minutes, or you spoke for about 6 minutes. Let me speak. Whether or not it's a success is not based on whether or not somebody gets it. People are getting it whether they play sports or not. Know what I got on my TV right now as I do this show? A high school basketball game. Oak Hill Academy versus Lake Norman, wherever that is. And they're playing. One of my boys, his son is a big-time high school football player, one of the best in the country. They're playing every weekend. Will you stop it? Yeah, they're 11 games canceled this weekend. You know how many they're playing? About 50.
57 games have been canceled and counting.
Yeah, but they play about 60 a weekend. I mean, a week. Yeah, of course you're going to have more games canceled because you got more games and people playing. If you're judging success or whether or not they should play by nobody can get it, then of course they shouldn't be playing. Baseball shouldn't have played. They had somebody with it in the World Series, playing in the World Series.
Chris, they had 50 consecutive days.
Rob, you had your time. Playing in the World Series deciding game, on the field celebrating. And guess what? Everybody's fine. I'm not trying to minimize the disease or the illness, sickness, but I'm just saying we do have to try to move on with life. And yes, some games have been canceled, but many are being played. The kids want to play. Enough games are being played. It won't be your typical season, but it's enough. And jobs are being saved, by the way, as well. And let's not paint the Ivy League as some saints. And I got a connection to the Ivy League, too, because I paid them a bunch of money for my daughter to go to the University of Pennsylvania.
There's a big difference between paying and going.
I paid. Your parents may have paid, but I paid this. Yeah, you're darn skippy. There's a difference. All right, but the Ivy League doesn't make money off their football and basketball. It's not a big priority there. They still having classes. They still having the stuff they do make money off of. They're still charging the kids the same tuition to sit in their house hundreds of miles or thousands of miles away and take a virtual course. Well, give them a break on the tuition. You're not getting half the college experience by sitting in your house taking classes online. So stop with the moral that they're all moral and saintly up there in the Ivy League. They don't make money, so they're cancel it. But playing Division I football and basketball is saving jobs, it's saving money. And yes, people get it just like they've gotten it in the pros, but by and large, everybody's moves on. Nick Saban had it and was able to coach within a week. High school kids, Pop Warner kids, little leaguers are playing. How am I going to tell a college football player you can't play when they got 10-year-olds playing?
Then why aren't they playing then? They should just play through it then, Chris, according to you.
No, you
just
don't.
play
When
through
somebody
it. Why
gets
cancel a game?
When somebody gets it, you go through the protocol. And if too many people have it or have been in contact with the person, you cancel the game. It's fine for them to cancel the game. There's nothing wrong with that. Cancel the game. We had baseball games canceled. Baseball we are saying it was a legitimate season. The LA Dodgers won the World Series. Nobody is belittling it. Nobody's saying it doesn't count. Nobody's saying it should be an asterisk. They played 1/3 of the season. So if the Big Ten only can play 6 games and somebody else can only play 7, fine. This is a new normal, and you got to work your way through it. Give me my music, because the champion is here. That's right. Muhammad Ali up in the house. That's how
usual,
we roll.
Chris has to ask for it. I don't have to ask for it because it just comes because my statements speak for itself. I don't need to beg.
877
I don't need to beg for it.
99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Your turn to weigh in. Is it time to throw in the towel on the college football season? Or do you fight through it? Do you man up and keep playing and we move on as a society with caution, as I say?
All right, Nikki in Hawaii, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What you got?
Hey guys, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thanks,
Thank you,
thanks,
man.
Nikki.
Don't
Where are you
make
in
it the
Hawaii?
Love you guys. I'm on the island of Oahu. I just left
Very
work
nice.
in Honolulu, so I'm on my way home listening to you guys.
Okay.
Thank you, my man.
Cool.
All right. So the reason why I had to call in is because I feel like this is such a lopsided discussion. To cancel the season would be the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of, because not just the players need it, but the fans need it. The economy needs it. And like you said, like Chris said, if these Pee-wee kids are playing all the way through middle school, high school, there's no reason why these college kids should stop playing, because they have
Why
much better
they
testing
getting
than
it
anyone else.
then? If the Pee Wee game,
Why-
if they
why are
had
getting
it, no, I'm asking you, if the Pee Wee kids had it, they wouldn't be playing.
But
So
people
what's
are
going
getting
on
it
in
everywhere,
college,
Rob.
Nikki?
Restaurants.
No, what's happening
mean,
in college
seriously.
is a different environment, and this is why a lot of people knew that college would have a problem, because you can't keep 18 and 22-year-olds away from each
Well,
other.
then why are you letting kids on campus that aren't football and basketball
Most
players?
of them aren't on campus.
No,
I
there's
work
a lot
at
on
USC.
campus.
I'm
That's
talking
USC,
about,
but there's a lot of other places kids are on campus. They even may be on campus but taking classes virtually. There's a lot of places doing that, which it's hard to understand, but that's what some kids are doing. So,
well, I
no,
guess
it's
since
you're
they
getting
paid
it,
for the
and
tuition,
people
I
are,
guess they want the room. I don't know.
No, they want their money. You're right about that.
Right. Hey, Mark in Sacramento, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mark?
What's going on, gentlemen? There you go.
What's up, man? You're
We've been
gonna have
having-
to find a new thing to say, right?
you don't have
You're
to
gonna
say-
let that go
No.
and come
then
in
just
the
jump
other way,
in,
right?
No, I'm never going to change that, because from day one, that was my way of showing respect to you guys and calling you gentlemen. I dig your show, so I'm not
Well,
changing
thank
that.
you.
That
Appreciate
was
it.
from the beginning.
Thank you.
So that's where that comes from. So
That
real
was
quick,
a nice way of saying, Alex, stop playing that. Let me say it.
Well, he can. Just don't put me on the spot no more, Chris.
Right.
No, we good. I'm good with it. Hey, real quick, Rob, you and I have been eye to eye on this one for 6 months now. Rob, how many times have we talked about kids on campus?
Yep.
They're trying to control that, and now they really turn them loose, saying, it's around the corner, it's over, go ahead. They turned them loose for all this time, and I said this to you guys a few months ago, and I know Rob remembered this because it was me and him and Mr. Rogan, and I said to you guys, these kids are going to go back home in the inner cities and give it to the people there, which don't give a damn about no college football, and guess what's going to happen? Those kids are getting ready to go home for Thanksgiving and Christmas,
It's
and
coming.
the weather is changing, and it's now exploding. This is a nightmare coming, bruh. I don't
No
care what
doubt.
nobody
Have we
says.
seen
And
that?
watch what happens.
Have we seen that happen? And the kids, I'm sure they're going to get tested before they go home. If somebody gets it when they're home on vacation, that doesn't necessarily mean they got it from their athlete son.
Yes, at some point, I heard a caller, just real quick, the caller before me said, at what expense, for the economy and all that shit. That kind of stuff. I say this. When are we going to say at the expense of life?
Right.
Do you want to
that's
shut
what-
down all the restaurants too? Because, really, because a lot of people, when the upswing began again,
They
they
have
said
to
a
shut
lot
it
of it
down,
was because
Chris.
people were eating inside.
But they have
I went to
shut
a
it down
restaurant
again.
yesterday and we ate inside.
But it was
I'm just saying, if you're going to shut football down, then shut everything down.
Yeah, but you might
'Cause
have to
everything's a
because of
risk.
everything is spiking now, and they might have to. There's already talk about it. Let's go to one more. Jesse in Indiana. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jesse?
What's good, y'all? What's good? I'm just
What
going
up?
to say that, life goes on. Here in Indianapolis, the kids just now went back to school, and they've been canceling it back because of it's back flared up. But me personally, sports-wise, you might as well do it. If I would have been at the Notre Dame game as a lifelong fan, I would have stormed that field too. And it's sad to say.
It is
All
sad because
look, you need go ahead, Rob.
all I'm going to say is what Mark brought up is true. As Thanksgiving rolls around and these kids go back to their neighborhoods and go back, they better not see grandma and grandpa or whatever for the holidays, which is a damn shame.
Maybe they should keep them on the field then,
I'm
or
just
keep them
saying
at the school.
because you could wind up having an issue. Mark is right
But
on the money.
keep the
on this.
kids at school, the players. I mean, I'm not going to be with my parents on Thanksgiving. I wanted to. You know, I've been wanting to go to see them in Ohio, and I've decided not to.
You just because you could be a
risk. Yeah. Well, my parents obviously are older, and I don't want to, just be a risk. So, you do have to take precautions. All right.